So here's a question for you. After a hat trick, what happens to all the hats that fans throw on the ice? It's a question one Pittsburgh teenager had asked himself, and then he took it a step further. Mike Behme, a freshman at West Allegheny High School and an avid Penguins fan, started a program called Hat Tricks for Humanity. It donates hats to underprivileged communities around the world, including here in the U.S. And Mike joins us now to talk about it. Mike, it seems like a basic idea when you hear it, but nobody else had thought of it. How did you come up with the idea?
Well, I really came up with the idea watching the Penguins games. I always wondered where the hats went when they were thrown, because as we saw with Sidney Crosby's hat trick in November, there are a lot of hats thrown. I got over 1,000 hats from that hat trick. So I made a few calls, wrote a few letters, and I just pretty much found out that the hats were thrown away after they were thrown down onto the ice. People could possibly go back in the dumpsters and pick out their hats if they really wanted to. So I wanted to get those hats to a good use. So I called around and I first talked to a guy at the janitorial services there, and he said that it really wasn't his jurisdiction. So then he referred me to the director of marketing. His name's Ross Miller down there. After I'd assured him that the hats would be cleaned and perfectly sanitary, he liked the idea, and he said that it would be perfectly fine to give me the hats.
You decided then that you would donate them to someone. How did you decide that you would send them to communities in need throughout the world, not just here in the U.S.?
Well, it first started out where I had several friends who were going on mission trips to Nicaragua and Guatemala. Those were the first two places that I donated to. And that was kind of the starting point. I knew people where they were going, and then some more family friends through hockey talked to us about their mission trips, so I decided to give to them as well. It was after the interview that I did with the Penguins that was posted online, I started getting a lot of emails at my email address, hattricksforhumanity@gmail.com. The 4 is the number 4, and after that, I got a bunch of emails for people asking to donate money, to donate hats, and also asking for me to donate to their cause. So after that, people just really started contacting me.
It's really a great idea that you'd think so many other people could have thought of before. And you mentioned you guys clean them so they're sanitized so that they go out to these different organizations. How many hats have you donated so far?
I've donated about 1,300 so hats.
That's great. And what's your goal?
My goal, the project, for my Eagle project, because I do plan to continue with this, I want to go to Princeton, so I want something that sets me apart from the other applicants on my transcript. But the goal for the official ending of my Eagle project segment of this is 2,500. So
once you've gotten the 2,500, you're still going to keep giving, keep the project going though, correct?
Yes.
Coolest hat that you've come across? I know you've got a few there. What are some of the interesting hats that you've gotten since you started the project?
Most certainly fedora, as well as
old school.
Yes, a pink cowboy hat.
Very nice.
And then in readiness for the season, Santa hat. I've gotten a couple Santa hats.
That's great. It really is such a great project. Mike, you mentioned that you're trying to do this to get your Eagle badge, I think you said. You want to go to Princeton. This is some community service that you're doing here. But what else, just you personally, what have you gotten out of doing this and giving to people that have needed hats?
Well, for the Eagle Project, the whole point of it is to learn leadership and how to procure resources. And I've also learned what I myself as an individual can do to make a difference. Like before, there are these huge charities, and no one really thinks about their humble roots, their beginnings. So I learned that I can make a difference myself through this project.
It's a great lesson we all can learn. Mike, great idea, great job so far, and good luck.
Oh, thank you.